relative measure to somebody else. The numbers are not accurate because if you put the Alexa toolbar on your browser, you'll see that your rankings will go up because they count. Yeah, it's a longer story. Read the article. But suffice it to say that you want to move up. I think this is good if you just want to use a relative measure of who gets traffic. For example, you now know, because I showed you the website, right, that at this ranking, I get about 123 unique visitors a month, at least for this month, right? That kind of gives you an idea. So if somebody ranks higher than me, higher is a lower number, right? Higher is a lower number. So if somebody ranks higher than me, well, you know they're getting that much more. Okay? So it's a good relative measure. Get it? Good. Any other questions? Yes?
My book will be published probably by the 15th of March. Now within that, I have an opportunity within the next week to go into a studio and record 4 digital master CDs related to the book.
Sure.
Is that a good strategy?
Excellent strategy. Excellent strategy. Again, then you can package the book and the audio and then sell them together. And again, if you're going to sell them at an event, one of the things I learned is you don't sell your book at the event. You sell your audio and you'll throw in the book. Because what people will do is that they'll buy the book and say, I don't need the audio. So all you can charge for a book is $15, right? Here's another tip. This one's the money tip. Because I learned this when I was like, damn, that's good. See, I don't do books anymore. I do manuals. Why? Why? Yeah, because a book has a perceived value, $15, more or less, right? 20, 25 bucks, whatever. But a manual, that's a how-to. Well, that's a little more expensive. That's like 99 bucks, right?
Real stuff.
It's real stuff. Yeah, it's real stuff. I mean, it's more how-to. But that's why you see that a lot of people sell manuals and not books. It's a higher perceived value, right? You got it. You put the manual with the CD, and people want, and when you go to an event, just don't bring your book. If you're going to bring your book, just throw it in as a giveaway. But don't sell the book, because human nature will always take the path of least resistance. I'll say, I'll take the book because I can learn from there. Right? Good. Right here.
Okay, you said promote. I have a recording studio. If anybody wants to do their book, we just did it
Okay.
for 2 people last week.
Okay.
They flew in from Vegas.
Okay. There you go.
Caustic Studio.
Caustic
East
Studio.
Point.
Got it. Okay.
You mentioned on pre-sales for books.
Right.
Okay. So let's just say we uploaded it to the site that you gave us.
Okay.
And we pre-sale because, for example, you never know how many you want to do. Is it
Right.
So do you go how many pre-sales and then order a few extra to take it to wherever you're going?
Yeah, what I did on this last event, this big event that's coming up on, I think next Saturday, the 4th. God, I'm losing track of time. Is that up front I negotiated how many books they want. I said I need a 2-week window. Other than that, it closes, you can't order the books. I can't do it for you. I know that I have about a 10-day window, but I always say 2 weeks. And they said, first it was like 200, then it went 300, 400, 500, and then it went up to 800. And that's when I put in the order, 2 weeks before that. And so I always keep a reserve. I keep about 200 books in reserve because I give books away sometimes, many times, as my business card because I've noticed people just look at you differently when you hand them a book. And so when I do consulting and people say, well, I don't know if we want to do business right now, I understand. Well, here, why don't you have a copy of my book and read it, and it'll tell you a lot about me. And they shift.
Do you negotiate the cost of the books in with your fees?
Yes, I do. No, I get the fee first, right? What we did on the books is we sold them at $7 a book. When I bought them at $800, the price was $212, I think.
And so they were already, the pre-sale, people were already paying you in advance.
Absolutely. Well, they didn't. They will when I get there. Okay, they paid 50% up front for my speaking fee. Absolutely. They're reimbursing me for the purchase of the book. And again, is $7? No, not really. I mean, when you're doing $800, you can make $5 on the book. It's $4,000 more to your pocket, for a good 45-minute speech. For a damn good 45-minute speech, I might add. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. Any other questions? Yes?
So, if you have more than one website on the same IP that can reduce the ranking, you said.
Right.
Now, let's say you built up, like my website is beachparker.com, just to
Right.
brand myself.
Right.
And it's on all my business cards that have gone out, so
Right.
I know that site. So if I was to try to get a more keyword-rich domain, would I be shooting my, because I can't shut down everypartner.com.
Right. Just like by the way, I can't shut down thelogicofsuccess.com because it ranks so high.
Right. So would they be working against each other then? If I, like, let's say I want to get imprompspeaker.com.
No, I mean, again, I have 20 plus sites. Each site generates its own traffic depending on the rankings. What I try to do is make sure that even though they're both motivational, is that it's dissimilar information. Okay, in other words, I don't just cookie cutter the information and copy it over and just rename the site. Okay, so I'll talk about leadership here. I'll talk about more motivation, but I do have some leadership programs. Do you see how I do it? So if you want to get the comedy side of your business, as we talked about, maybe you want to put something on for the comedy side and then another one for the college market, you know, which could be the main site you have now. What I did is I registered like top Hispanic speaker, top motivational speaker, top college speaker, top keynote speaker, and I just did different.
Do they all have a different layout, design, and everything?
Yes. I mean, it's not like radical, and I haven't modified those in about, I'm going to say 2 years, so they're a little dated. No. Some are similar in layout, but what I've noticed is I'm not banking on those sites, but they seem to pull in traffic. So, you know, again, you don't understand the search engines. It's a very complicated algorithm. You're trying to guess at what they're looking for. But the one thing you don't do is put deceptive information in there. You know, so I am a motivational speaker. You know, I am a trainer. That information is in there. What they don't like is when you put something that has nothing to do with your topic, but yet your keyword's saying that. What happens with a lot of people, the reason, by the way, the reason the 1 year mark is interesting as far as registering it for 1 year, what was happening in the past is that people would actually register a domain, right? Let's say leadership.com or leader something, whatever. They'd put that information on there, get the site indexed, okay? And as soon as it was indexed, they convert it over to a not so healthy site, if you know what I mean. And that would torque the search engines off. That's why they're suspicious of 1 year sites. And what they do, you just can't get a site and put one page, like just the home page. That's a doorway page. And you will not get ranked on a doorway page. It has to have multiple pages underneath it.
And is that true also for one-page sales letter sites?
I think so. Absolutely.
So you'd have
Yeah.
pages.
I have sub-pages. If you see, I have like 3 sub-pages. One is frequently asked questions. One is my bio. And the other one is the content outline. Okay? So it's about 4 pages total. I never put up just one page. The only site that has one page, and now I know it's almost like a test site, is the Hispanic Report site. And it has all outbound links. Now, if that thing would start ranking high, my whole model would be blown. Because I'm doing everything wrong on that site. Right? Because everything's outbound links. And there's no sub-pages underneath it. Okay? There was another question over here. You got answers? We're good? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's really something. I feel like I have several things, the research part, you come up with all
Right.
these topics. And from what you're saying, I feel like I've done it all wrong because I need to focus on one thing and work with that one thing really well. As opposed to doing 2 or 3 things at one time.
What I was doing was, the thing is, I mean, Rick convinced me to do this seminar because I was telling Rick, I said, I don't want to do the college market anymore. I'm good at the internet marketing stuff. I don't really want to do it anymore. He says, I really want to focus in the sales. And, obviously he's a good salesman. No, let's do it. But my one thing, like I said, as the beginning of January, is just going to be sales training. So I'm consistent with my philosophy, say I'm just doing that, and that's it. And I think that is already starting to bear fruit. Because it allows you to brand yourself easier, and that's easier. So when you deal, am I right, Jay? So when you deal with, it's like she knows, she's got it. Okay, you're a sales guy, you're a sales trainer, sales motivator, bam, I got you. I can work with that. And when somebody comes to your site, I know what she does. As soon as I see your site, I have to know. I have to know. I don't have to guess. I don't want to guess. We don't have the patience. You ever see people click off pages? You do it, right? Don't we? Like, damn, I don't get this. Click. Frustration, right? Click. Frustration. And so, I mean, when we talk about flash, remember about not putting it in, let me ask you the question. How many times have you come across a site, somebody said, go to this site, and you went to it, and it had flash, and it loaded too slow? What'd you do? Boom, later. Right? So in order to understand search engine marketing, understand how you search. And when you get it, you got it. Okay? Any other questions?
You have a question? You offer your book for free on your website,
For which one?
The Logic of Success?
Yeah, you can download it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then
If you go to thelogicofsuccess.com/friends.htm. Your question.
right. And you also sell it
Yep.
when you speak?
Yep. Well, people want a hard copy. It's the same book. It's got a different cover, but a lot of people want a hard copy. A lot of people don't like reading the PDF. I'm just trying to hook people up who don't want to pay for it. Because you know what? The people who want the PDF for free most likely wouldn't buy it anyway. But let me tell you what happens. They download it and they forward it to a friend, right? And they share, which is what you want to create that. Remember the 100th monkey syndrome. You want that expansion. You want that tipping point thing to begin to happen. That's what you're looking at. It's viral. Put a meme out there. They share the information. That's what you want. And you could do it as well. You don't have to have a big book. Just maybe a book, a tip on da-da-da. Here's a top 100 tips on how to do certain things. Bam. It's a free PDF file. Put it up there. Get the emails. Grab them. Any other questions? Yes.
You know how we go on these websites that I guess it's a long sales pitch and it just
Yep.
goes on and on and on and on. For me, that I can't. I just didn't go
Okay.
to the bottom.
Yeah.
Are those websites very productive because you're seeing a lot?
Right.
Is that a way to go? Should you just come up with these real long websites?
They
Or should
did,
you say-
the same company, I believe it was Inquiro, did a study on long sales letters and how effective they really are. And if you listen to the experts that I think study internet marketing, they'll tell you, no, long sales letters do not work. If you listen to internet marketing people, they say, oh yeah, it works. Ooh, man, it's a charm. Got to build it up, Vic, got to build it up. But think about how you read. You don't read that stuff. I can't read a long letter unless it's a good story. So I try to keep mine, if you look at mine, I write words and I try to put pictures or block it somehow where it becomes easier to flow through. And I put the price real big at the bottom because that's what we all do. Tell me how much does it cost? Okay, I can afford that. Zoom back up to the top. Let me see if this makes sense. Isn't that what we do? But some of these, you got to look for the price. You're like, where the hell's the price? Right? And you're like mad as hell. Now you're not buying. I'm tired. Click, gone. So again, I believe in putting the price out there, letting them look at it, and that's what it is. But again, a lot of people say that a long sales letter is effective. Others say it's not. One of the best marketing research tools out there is a website called marketingsherpa.com. It's marketing. Last word is Sherpa, S-H-E-R-P-A. I love it. They do case studies that they send you every like 2-3 weeks. These are real world case studies, corporate case studies. And they leave them open for like, I think like 30 days, and then they won't give you access anymore. You got to pay for them. If you go to Mr. Goodweb, it should be on there as a link also. But that is one of the best sites I've seen as far as giving me great information. And last point, on the Mr. Goodweb, there's a search engine marketing book that I had mentioned earlier by a guy named Mike Graham that's on there. By the way, warning, if you're not a techie, do not buy it. If you're into search engine optimization, you like the technical stuff, buy that book. This is the gentleman that went out and actually interviewed people from Yahoo, AltaVista, Google, the actual programmers. That was the book that I read. I mean, I read a lot of the internet marketing stuff, but when I read his stuff, I was like, got it. Because to me, he put it in an engineering format that I could understand. So if you're techie, you like that stuff, there's your book. Yes?
You mentioned when you send out your kit, your pre-marketing things to college campuses and the things that they like. But when at the actual engagement, are there things that college students like, for you to give as giveaways when you come to speak, or is that not the time?
Yeah, and the question is, when I go to speak, do they like giveaways? That's the short question. They love giveaways. They love giveaways. But again, you don't want to go broke either, right? So what you can do, that's why when you get a college booking, you want to say, hey, look, I have books. Can I sell you a bulk for your students? It's only $100. I'll sell it to you for this price. You go to Instant Publisher, see how much it's going to cost you to order 100, right? And they go, make a small margin, don't get greedy, and just do that. As far as giveaways, yes, I mean, anything that you can give with your name on it, I think would be great. Anything that's playful is great. But again, a lot of stuff gets thrown in the trash, so don't spend too much money. I did that little postcard with the top 25 college job websites. It cost me hardly anything. So I would do that, because they're going to keep that. And if you notice it, I think I put my website in the middle. Do you know why? Because I didn't want these students to just cut off the bottom and post the website. So I put it in the middle so they couldn't cut me out. You know? So, little tip on marketing. Yes. Nobody?
Walk me Sherpa. How do you spell that last?
Sherpa, SHERPA.com. It's a great site. And they always pump out different studies, and it's reliable information. I mean, it's really good information. And by the way, when they do a case study, they actually take you to the website so you can see what these marketers did to draw traffic. But I mean, these are like corporate, Fortune 500 companies doing these strategies, and it's really great to learn at that level what they're doing. Let me grab Joe in the back, and then I'll come here.
Vic, you were talking about the alt tags on the graphics. Do you do that in front page?
Yes. On the alt, the tags for your pictures, again, if you use Front Page, which is a program from Microsoft to actually edit your web page, if you do a right click, you'll see it in there. And then you can put the alt tags also, if you know how to use the HTML code, you can actually type it in there under description or keywords and stuff like that. But I usually right click on the picture as I'm designing my site, right click on the picture and add it in there. You'll look for properties, Joe. You'll find it in there. Question?
Get people excited about your affiliate program.
Make it profitable. Make it, it's for example, just giving a number, if we put out this program at more than $500, right? And you tell somebody, look, you got a big list. Send it out to your list. You're going to get 250 per.
You send it out to,
I come up to you. You got a great list, right? You got like 10,000.
1,000 list with women on it.
Right.
And right now I've done it with women that have gone through our AU program.
Right.
I'm offering them $50 per head.
Right.
Are you saying send it out to my entire mailing list?
No. Find somebody within your market niche. Let's call it somebody sent me something, they were a CEO women or something. It was an organization, right? I contact them. Says, look, I got this great program for women. Is there any way that I can get you excited about blasting it out to your organization, which has about 5,000 members? And the way this benefits you is that I will give you 50% of my $400 program. And what does it cost you? Zero. All they do is click and it's gone. Just give them the copy, and then just send it out, and that's how you do it. Some people will actually, the richer their list, the higher the percentage. And I think 50 is always if I got a great list, 30, 40, $50,000, I'm getting 50% or you're not using my list. Because they don't want to exhaust the list. But you can't do this with a $30 deal because they don't want to exhaust their list. You don't want to use the list too much, right? So you want to use it for great deals. So what your job is now is to find a package that's worth reselling at a higher level. Maybe you can record one of your programs and, whatever it may be with workbooks and find that, that organization. How do you do it? Type in women's issue. Type in whatever has to do with women. And the people who rank the highest or are using the pay-per-clicks, the people who are using the pay-per-clicks are actually your customers. Because these people are willing to spend money on pay-per-clicks. Why aren't they willing to make money off of your product so they can cover their pay-per-clicks? Get it?
Pay-per-click, I thought you paid for.
You do. I'm just saying, if she works with a company who's using pay-per-clicks, that means that company is predisposed to spend money, right? So they're also probably predisposed to probably make some of that back. Okay? Great.
Say you have 3 or 4 affiliates that you're using. How do you, and you're giving them all a percentage,
Right.
whatever they bring in, how do you keep up with which customer comes from which referral?
What it is, if you use that oneshoppingcart.com, the question is, if I have everybody in here signs up for my affiliate program, right? How do I keep track of it? What it is that you go to the website, you click on my affiliate program link, you fill in your information, it assigns you a specific code, right? You put that code on your website, right? Victor's great programmer right here, right? Somebody clicks through that, and it comes into the site, and I believe it maintains that code for 30 days. So if they buy within that 30-day time frame, it remembers where it came from, sends you a notification, and then sends me the sale, right? At the end of the month, it has report generators, and you run a report at the end of the month on who you have to pay out. You can even set these alarms where it reminds you that you have to pay somebody. Okay? Back there. You had one?
You had mentioned that doing a book of quotes is a good idea.
Right.
Any copyright issues with that?
I don't think so, because most of if you go, there's a lot of quote websites, and again, you're not making the quote yours. If you don't put the person's name, then you got an issue. But, if you're Mark Twain, I don't think he's going to be after you. Do you know what I mean? Just stuff like that. Ben Franklin, I think you're good. So you can actually do the quote book, but also look at that, again, the public domain stuff on the Gutenberg project. Okay? Any other questions? All right. You guys have been great. Thank you very much.